Welcome back to Sampstra Games, the place to find new strategy games, and welcome to my tips for beginners for multiplayer either against other people or co-op in A Company of Heroes 3. So the first tip is for a quick start, and it works if you're playing with the Germans. It can also, with some modification, works if you're playing as the Americans. And the idea here is to use the paratroopers. So first thing you want to do is when you look at your battle groups, you want to look at the last one on the bottom, which is the Luftwaffe battle group. And then on the right, you want to click at the first picture, which is the Fallschirm Pioneer Squad paratroop. Once you click on them, you want to click confirm, and then you want to click on them again, which will give you this of these paratroopers right above your command points. Click on a star. You can even do this on a mini-map and just place them there. Now you don't actually need any command points to place them, you just need some manpower and enough population cap. Do something similar with the Americans by placing a machine gun. Now, important tip, if you're playing with, for example, against AI, you might agree with your friend beforehand who is going to go on which star. So I'm going to go for the most southern star.
I'm gonna take the one that's sort of theirs, so it's the most eastern one.
The main benefit of this is that you can get the star before the enemy comes, and you will be able to get it very quickly, because otherwise the problem is if you only start sending ground troops once the game begins, even if you both are running for the same star, you will get there around the same time, so then you have to fight for the star, and it will take a long time before you actually take control. So this allows you to get the control much quicker. Another quick tip with the Germans is one of the first thing you want to do is you want to get the upgrade for healing, because they don't place a separate medical tank like the Americans, for example, do. Instead you get the upgrade on the base. Tip is how to issue out multiple orders. So you can issue out multiple orders for your unit by pressing shift. So again, at the beginning of the game, you would want to click on one unit and then click on multiple spots, and then they're going to move there. And you can see on the mini map, you can see these little white lines, which is showing how the plan goes. When you're playing the game, you might be focusing on combat somewhere and then suddenly realizing, wait, I have a lot of manpower, I should be getting some units. So you start running on the map back to the base. Well, that's going to take forever and it's not particularly efficient. That's why there is the icon of the home on the right bottom and the infantry symbol, and then further if you get other buildings. So you want to click on those, and you can start building this unit without actually clicking away, so you can still look at the combat where you are. Now let me show you a quick trick how to get one unit to turn into two. So in this game you can steal other people's gun. Okay, so first you want to move away. So if you click on the enemy, you can see that they're facing the other way. So what you want to do is you want to move outside of their view, ideally also behind cover. Now you might be saying, hey, but they're shooting at me. Who's shooting at me? Well, look, if you zoom in, you can see these two guys are holding the gun, but these other two were standing, and those were the ones that are actually shooting at me. Okay, and now I want to click here on this weapon, and half of my unit will go and grab the weapon and the other half is going to stay away. So now what you need to do, unless you're pinned by the enemy, is you want to click retreat on both of these, and they will run towards your base. And once they get to the base, they will both heal to full health. So essentially you got a full extra unit. However, keep in mind that with the machine gun team, they have to take some time to wrap up the weapon, so they will be under attack if there's an enemy there for a moment or two. So I'm taking over this area, and also I have this one, but I'm not going to get any resources, and that's because my area is not fully connected. So if I want to make sure that it's connected, I have to get this spot as well to make sure that it connects back to my home base. So these are some quick beginner tips for the beginning of the game. I hope you enjoyed them.